What up, sports fans and fellow foodies? I'm Julie, and welcome to my kitchen, where each week I talk sports while whipping up culinary creations. Tonight, we're talking AL and NL Central, and that's because the Cubs and White Sox had some division battles this weekend. The Cubs dropping 2 of 3 down in St. Louis. The White Sox taking care of those miserable Tigers by completing the 3-game sweep at home. And don't look now, the White Sox have crept to within 1 game of those hated Guardians. The White Sox 7-3 over their last 10. They're the only division team over 500 in their last 10 games. They're the only division team on a winning streak right now. Every other team in the division has lost at least 2 in a row, if not more. White Sox, they're on a 5-game winning streak. And don't look now, but they are 11-3 against the division this year. Cubs, a little bit of a different story. They are 5-8 against the NL Central. That's a beast of a division. In the NL Central, 47 straight days where every team in the division has been at 500 or over. And right now, it's the Brewers sitting atop. Those shifting standings are changing with every game, with every series. One day the Cubs are in second place. The next day they're in last place. Right now, they are tied for third with the Pirates. But it changes every day, and that's how crazy the AL and NL Central have been. Why is this important this year? I mean, more so than usual, because there are fewer games against division opponents this year. You got to make the most of them. You're not seeing the teams as many times as before, and so those games do matter. So what's up next? The Sox continue to toil away in the division as they head to Minnesota. The Cubs, they get an off day before the Athletics come to town. And there's good news, Cubs fans. The Athletics just had a game against the Yankees where the Yankees scored 13 runs in the 3rd inning. So, Cubs offense, good chance for you guys to get rolling. All right, speaking of getting rolling, we're going to get rolling on our dessert for tonight. We are going to be making some layered division parfaits. And this one's going to have a chocolate peanut butter bend to it. It's going to be almost like a chocolate peanut butter cup squished with a bunch of other stuff in it. And it's going to be delicious. What I'm doing, I'm making them in mason jars. I think these little guys are so adorable. So I'm going to do one that's a 1/2 pint size, but I'm going to do a little mini one as well, because that's just cute if you're serving them at a dinner party or something. This one's great if you want to put the lid on there, including with like a cute cap or something, and you can give that to people as a gift, but just make sure they know it's got to be refrigerated. Our first layer is going to be chocolate. I took the liberty before we started of chopping up some Oreos in my little mini food processor. So those are going to be the bottom of our 1/2 pint jar, just like that. You can kind of see, we'll tap it down to let it go nice and even, to let it settle. For my mini one, you can do something with the mini brownie bites that you get at the grocery store. I'm going to push that down and then take my fingers and kind of smush it down a little bit in the bottom. It's just to give you a different idea. I try and give you options, especially if, if there's something we're using that isn't your cup of tea, or if there's something you don't have in the pantry, try and make it work with what you've got. All right, we want to keep some different colors between the layers. We want them to be distinctive, and we want to go with some heavier stuff on the bottom. However, in baseball, the standings are constantly changing. These layers are interchangeable. They can move up and down as well, so feel free to mix them up a little bit, just like we're going to see the AL and NL Central shuffling quite a bit before the season's over. Everything I'm making tonight has whipped cream in it, and I did my heavy whipping cream right before we started. In my mixer, I used a whisk, which looks like this, as opposed to a paddle, which is the one that looks like a beater. The whisk, best way to make your whipped cream whip quickly and to nice stiff peaks, put your whisk in the freezer. Make it nice and cold before you start. You could put the bowl in the freezer as well, but definitely you want the whisk to be cold. Now, you're going for medium to stiff peaks. It's going to be softened a little as you start to incorporate it into your layers, but I always tell people the way you can tell if your whipped cream is whipped enough is if you can put it over your head and it doesn't fall. That gets them every time when I do a dessert demo. I whipped up 3 cups of heavy whipping cream, and that's because I'm going to apply it in 3 different areas. So then I'm going to just kind of eyeball it here a little bit. We're going to go ahead and put it in my standing mixer over here. This one currently has 1 cup of cream cheese softened, which is your typical 8-ounce brick there. It's got 1 cup of peanut butter, it's got 1 cup of powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So I've got those all mixed till they're nice and smooth and incorporated. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit, again, I'm kind of eyeballing this into thirds, and take a little bit and mix it in. Just give it a quick zap. That's gonna lighten your mixture. There we go. Okay. And then we're gonna put in the rest of it. So again, 1/3 of this mixture is going to your peanut butter mousse layer. I'll come back to that in one quick second here. So before I mix the peanut butter layer in here, the peanut butter mousse mixture, I mixed in cream cheese and powdered sugar. So again, 1 cup and 1 cup. No peanut butter in this one, but this is gonna be your no-bake cheesecake layer. It also has the 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So for that one, we're gonna put another 1/3 of our whipped cream. And we're gonna fold that in nice and gently. Folding it just means we're lifting from underneath and putting it over the top, just like that. You don't wanna mix it aggressively because that flattens it. So this keeps the air in it. So in here, we have that blended 1 cup of cream cheese softened, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and now we're adding our 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. So that makes this nice and smooth and fluffy as well. So there's that airy layer. And then our last layer here is just whipped cream. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that in a piping bag. This one, I'm using a star tip on the bottom so it'll look pretty. You don't have to. Well, I'm gonna use this for the top layer of my parfaits. And so that's why I'm putting the star tip, so you get that pretty swirl, that nice rigid swirl you see on cupcakes that have a star tip on top. So I put the last 1/3 of the whipped cream, which again is just heavy whipping cream, nothing else added to it, and I put that into my piping bag. So my piping bag of whipped cream is ready to go. Let me squeeze that down, get all the air bubbles out. Over here, we've got our peanut butter mousse layer. So I'm gonna fold this in, and this one will be ready to go. So as you see, we're just swooping underneath it and just making sure we bring it all together. It's okay if it's got a little splotches of whipped cream in there. Nobody's gonna notice when they're digging their spoon into these beautiful parfaits with their layers. And then we have our cream cheese layer ready to go, our no-bake cheesecake, and you can put that in just about anything that sounds like a good yummy dessert to you. You can put it in chocolate cups, you can put it in tart shells, you can put it in a graham cracker crust pie shell. Just make sure you chill it if you're gonna serve it in something where it's cut like a pie. You need to stiffen up a little bit. All right, this is incorporated. So we've got that one ready to go. I'm gonna put that one in a bag as well. This one has a round tip. We don't want the airy star tip because we don't want to see all that space, all that air between our layers in the bottom of the glass. And I'm gonna have extra of this for sure, so you can always put that extra in your fridge and have it as a snack, use it for other desserts. I've got this one ready to go. And I'm doing this with my piping bags simply so the layers are nice and even and neat. If you want to use a spoon to layer things, absolutely go for it. We don't have to be fancy here. But I'm going to show you how pretty it looks when you've got everything layered in there so nicely. So we have our 3 bags ready to go. And I have a 4th one that I did a little bit earlier. And this one is going to be chocolate pudding. So I've got my chocolate pudding, I have my cheesecake layer, I have my peanut butter mousse layer, and I have my whipped cream. I saw it today at the store and I thought this was awesome. Look at these different layers of pudding. You can do Milky Way, you can do Snickers, you can do Twix. I have not taste tested these yet, but I thought these looked delicious. I'm using regular chocolate right here, but I mean, you could do Snickers with the peanut butter for sure. So things to think about. I like giving you guys ideas when I see something at the store I think is really cool. So for right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and start with my half pint jar. We won't do the little guy just yet. I'm just gonna pipe so you can see a layer over those chocolate crumbs. And I'm going chocolate, then white. So then we're gonna go chocolate with our pudding and give you a layer that looks like that. And then we're going back to our peanut butter mousse layer. This is layer 4 out of 5. And we've got our whipped cream layer, which I'm gonna do on top just like that. Now that's if you're serving it open. Obviously you'll wanna keep it a little shorter if you're gonna put the lid on there. Same thing with our little guy here. I've got that brownie in the bottom. In this one, the piping bags really help because you're not trying to get a spoon down in there. Makes it easier for you to get the layers in there, and you're also not messing up the side of the glass. So now we've got our peanut butter. Oh, look how pretty that's looking. And there's our whipped cream on top. And again, if you're not putting the lid on, you can go up a little bit. And then for decor on the top, on this one, I was thinking the perfect thing would have been the little mini Reese's peanut butter cups. I forgot to pick those up. So I'm just gonna do some chocolate chips. You can do chocolate shavings, chocolate sprinkles. You can do crushed peanuts, whatever you wanna use for your garnish, but just to give it that added layer. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus a garnish, 5 layers, just like the Ale and NL Central. And again, you can change them up. You can put the chocolate ones all together. You can go ombre and kind of make the shades go darker to lighter, however you want to do it. And again, I think these little ones are so perfect for if you're doing a dinner party or an event where you're having mini desserts on a sweet table. Something like this, absolutely perfect with some cute little spoons sticking out. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into these. And we're gonna keep diving into that AL and NL Central as the Cubs and White Sox continue to do battle with the division foes. Should be really exciting to watch how this one plays out all summer long. If the season ended today, the White Sox would be the second wild card team. They would be playing the Yankees in the first round of the playoffs. There's that Yankees team that scored 13 runs again today. We won't think about that just yet. We'll savor the White Sox 5-game winning streak. And the Cubs, they might be in a little bit of a slump, but as we said, things change day to day, and those miserable Athletics are coming to town. So hopefully the Cubs get back on track this week as well. I'm gonna go ahead and dive into these pretty parfaits. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them to me in the comments. I'm Julie, and thanks for joining me in my kitchen. I'll see you next time.